Democrat representative goes to anti-Trump Women's March, gets exactly what she deserves. After a Democrat congresswoman encouraged hundreds of women to illegally protest President Donald Trump on private property, the liberal representative received a particularly satisfying dose of justice. Liberals love the Constitution, but only as it concerns their rights. When it comes to First Amendment freedoms, the left is content to impede upon the rights of those with whom they disagree. Of course, as soon as they feel that their liberties are being infringed, they're willing to go to unnecessary extremes. In an effort to protect their newly imported voter base, progressives organized yet another women's march in Washington, D.C., this time for the purpose of protesting the temporary and necessary separation of illegal immigrant adults from children. The only issue with their peaceful assembly is that they were illegally gathering in front of a building House senators' offices. Were several Democrat lawmakers, including Representative Pramila Jayapal, WA, who indignantly joined hundreds of misinformed women to demonstrate against humane and imperative immigration policies that have been enforced without issue for 2 decades. However, Jayapal quickly discovered that her liberal elitist status couldn't exempt her from the law after she was placed in handcuffs. The Blaze reports that 575 people, including Democrat Representative Pramila Jayapal, WA, were arrested by U.S. Capitol Police and charged with unlawfully protesting in front of the Hart Senate office building. The demonstrators of the poorly organized Women's March gathered to demand the dissolution of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, for detaining and deporting illegal migrants. Jayapal later uploaded a video to Twitter, in which she arrogantly presents herself as morally superior to the majority of Americans who want secure borders. Jayapal has no regret for participating in the illegal protest, as she expressed in her post, according to K5 News. Along with Rep. Jayapal was Senator Kristen Gillibrand, DNY, who participated in the Women's March but was not arrested. Gillibrand appeared to protest the Trump administration's zero-tolerance policy, which vows to deport anyone who crosses the border illegally. Gillibrand stood with hundreds of women in calling for the abolition of ICE but provided no solution or replacement for the federal body. Speaking solely from emotion, Gillibrand expressed outrage that the law enforcement officials would do the job they were hired to do. These protesters absurdly believe that ICE officials are delightedly tearing apart families simply because they despise immigrants. They refuse to hear that 80% of women and girls are raped by human traffickers and drug cartels while crossing into the U.S. Instead, they ignorantly choose to believe that all the accompanied minors entering the U.S. are with their parents, despite many being brought in by human traffickers. Thus, ICE officials are required to separate these so-called families until they can determine if the children are actually related to the adults. Of course, even those who arrive with family members aren't necessarily safer with them. Border Patrol agent Chris Cabrera revealed that officials witness the danger careless in which parents place their children while sending or bringing them across the border, according to the Daily Wire. These irrational women and their liberal cohorts base their political leanings almost entirely on emotion, disregarding facts and logic that threaten to dismantle their fragile narrative. While protesting crucial policies that ensure the safety of both illegals and citizens, these progressives are actually placing